on Tube stars the cousins, John and Anthony.
You guys,
Thank
you guys, if you're not busy enough, you guys have a podcast as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
So it's called Home with the Cousins. You can search it on any podcast app, or you can just go to homewiththecousins.com. But basically, it's to help everybody plan the right way for their renovation. Our goal with this podcast was to say, look, here is what you need to do A to Z before you let somebody put hole number one in your cabinets, in your walls, rip up your floors. Let's plan this thing the right way so that we can save you time, money, and heartache through what should be a really fun process.
Yeah.
And we also have a ton of guests that come on, all your favorite stars from HGTV, DIY, the entire design spectrum.
We've made a lot of mistakes. This is 15, 20 years of experience.
Right.
Learn from our mistakes.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't want it to happen to you guys.
Yes.
So that's the whole point.
Something you can't learn in a textbook. You learn from
No,
guys
you
who've
gotta
been in
do it.
Experience.
Hands
You gotta
on.
do it.
Hands
What are we
on.
making today? What are we getting hands on?
A house for
today?
Kelly.
Yes.
So we have a birdhouse here. This is a project that you can do with kids.
And this is a kit type of thing. This is really easy to just find online.
Yep.
All the pieces come in it. While I am the first person to grab a power tool and love them to death, this is overkill. This is super, super soft wood, and depending on the age of your child, you may want to be using a handheld.
No power drills in kids' hands.
Well, I think that, you know, the screwdriver keeps them busier longer and teaches them more the mechanics.
Right.
This is like, you know, the advanced stuff.
The
Let's learn the
calculator of
basics. Right. Skip the calculator, do the math in your head first, and then a couple years from now we can start.
right.
So and Anthony and I actually did this with my daughter, who's 4 years old.
Awesome.
She loved it. So when I get to give her a screwdriver, she starts putting together, and I start explaining to her, all right, this is the roof. She starts understanding what those things are.
Right.
She wanted to get involved. And there she is there. There's
That's the birdhouse.
Lily, and that is the birdhouse.
And I'm sure she's so proud to see that.
How happy was she?
She was over the moon happy about it, and you know, every time they go out in the yard, she goes and checks for the birds and make it, you know, it's a real sense of pride.
To see if a bird has made it a home.
Absolutely, and you know,
sweet.
whether it's a birdhouse or anything else, just make sure that the project you're doing is not going to find its way into a drawer.
Right.
They have to understand the connection between the children have to understand the connection between doing a project and seeing its useful
function.
That's
Right.
what
That's
you
the
know
whole point.
encourages them to
Definitely.
keep doing more projects.
Let's
Love it.
build
Awesome.
things.
Let's see.
So do you want to start some painting? Ben, how about you? I mean, why don't you guys start doing a little there?
Right.
So, and then
a
let's
little
see.
painting.
The other thing that's fun with kids, believe it or not, is just emptying a screw packet and tell them you need a certain color, you need a hinge.
Oh,
you know, these are things we all take for granted, but if we get them searching for things and succeeding every time they're working on a project, it gets them more and more interested.
Well, and you know what's fun too? It's when you get to show them the tool. So you say, you know, this is a flathead screwdriver. This is a Phillips head. Again, so many adults don't know the difference of two basic screwdrivers.
Right.
By using the hand tool, I can keep my cousin occupied for hours on end.
Right.
Anthony, are you saying that you don't want to hear my voice? You don't want to interact?
I love
This
how
is what family's about. He doesn't want to even hang out with me anymore. I like the gray,
Thank
and I
you.
like this little green that's going on.
Let's
Well,
see.
and if you look at
Do
the
we
birdhouse
have-
at the end that your production staff did,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is beautiful.
That
That's
we're
it.
going to take
See, this
credit
is- yeah.
for it.
Look
Oh,
at
look
this.
at what we did, Ben.
Ben, you made this! Ben!
Look,
wow!
we even installed a fence here
Right, we did. We made the
to
fence
keep out
ourselves.
all the little critters.
But just a couple of notes that you can take to when you're working with your kids. Number one, you know, the kit may come with paints. Don't be afraid to go to the hardware store and get some stain.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
This is a metallic spray paint on the chimney here and on the front perch. You know, you can really class these things up and make them fit the aesthetic of your home and keeping the kids occupied all at the same time. So I think it's a win-win-win all the way
And you
around.
got the chest hair of a leprechaun right there, which is perfect.
Yes, that's also known as moss.
Moss, Kate Moss.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you, John and Anthony.
Thank you,
Tune
guys.
in to Ellen
Thank you.
Tune, catch the build up, and check out new episodes on their podcast, Home with the Cousins, weekly on homewiththecousins.com.